Hello, good morning. It's great that you could tune in again today. I'm Sensei Michael with Lotus Kempo Studios. You can find this video on our Facebook page, which is Lotus Studios, or at Lotus Kempo Karate on YouTube. And this is going to be the material for blue belt with a green stripe. So, it's a Sunday, it's February 2nd at the studio. It's one of my favorite times of the week. Not that I don't like any of the other days, but it's just so peaceful, it's calm. I come in here, teach a few students and whatnot, and the whole plaza is like vacant, it's empty, it's just really, really peaceful. Always find your peaceful place. Very, very important. Okay, combinations, number 12 and number 14. And I'm not really sure what my thumbs are doing right now, but I'm very caffeine deficient, so we'll see how this comes out. Combination number 12, person throws an attack, straight punch towards me. I'm going to quickly hop to my right side, front ball kick to the groin, land and pivot. Back kick their midsection, turn and then land towards my attacker, and then you can always clear to get away. It's a great kicking technique which helps to instill or teach balance. Balance is something that has to be taught. It's not, some people say, oh, you just have it or you don't. Not really. Look at a baby. A baby has to learn to develop balance as it goes from the crawling stage to moving around the house or the room or whatnot, which is why we child-proof everything. And then, it gets to that point where they're just off and they can just take off, which is an awesome stage. I missed that stage. Ready, combination with 12, one more time. So the person throws an attack, I'm gonna quickly try to move as they move, hop to the side. Front kick, back kick, and then land, and done. 14, another kicking technique. Now, the original version of 14 was a scissor kick. It was you would jump in the air, one foot would snap out behind you, one foot would go in front of you. Look how dyslexic I am, I did that backwards, forward and backwards. It's been modified by Shihan Bill some years ago because a lot of students were having trouble with it. And it almost looks like a double front ball kick or a double front instep, which is actually what it's been modified to. So on 14, as the person throws an attack, right foot steps back, knife hand block up, quick left instep kick to the groin, jump in front ball kick, and then land and clear. One more time. Nice technique, very, very quick, very efficient. Person throws a strike. I'm going to step back, knife hand block up with the left hand, left instep kick, and then front ball kick. Good. Some people like kicking techniques, some don't. That's one of the beauties of Kempo. If you're a kicker, kick. If you're a puncher, punch. It can either be a 50-50 system, whatever you want to utilize. You could certainly tailor it so it's 60-40 or 70-30, but you always want to find your strengths. More importantly, you want to find your weaknesses and make them strong. The form that we get now at this level is called 2 Kata. So it follows the same fluid format of 1 Kata, just a lot of the motions are a little bit different. So we start with a salutation and bow, cross your fists out, set your left hand low and your right hand high. As I step back with the right foot, it's a left chicken wrist block. Step back with the left foot with a right chicken wrist block. Left front ball kick and then land. I'm going to rotate 180 degrees. I'm going to look to my left, look to my right. This opponent off my left flank is coming towards me. Side kick and then land towards 2 o'clock. As this attack comes in, it's an open ridge hand block with an open spear hand strike with a knife going to the side of his neck. Going across at 8, it's a cat and a palm block. You're going to step forward and left palm to their chin and right front ball kick to the solar plex. Cup your hands on your right side. It's a left step, left block, right punch. Cup on the left, block and punch. Then draw back to a cat stance. Your right leg, back kick, side kick, then land. And you're going to return to the person that we did our side kick to earlier. He was at 4 o'clock. I'm going to grab, step over, front punch down, salutation on the way out, and then bow. And that's 2 Kata. So you want to not only make that, your focus point of working, but also 1 Kata, 2 pinion, 1 pinion. Those are your foundations. Foundation is everything, not just in karate, in life. Foundation of your house has to be strong. A foundation in a relationship has to be strong. It has to be laid with honesty, integrity, and everything else that you have that's good to put into it. Then you can build everything else upon it. Word of the day. Just be yourself. And that's a really, really tough thing to think about sometimes, especially if you're younger or you're going through your teenage years. Who am I? Well, I think the first thing that you should try to do, I've tried talking to people, identify who you're not. Instead of thinking, who I am, I know what I'm not. I know I'm not a bad person. Okay? And once you start going down the list and kind of naming things, then you can kind of come to who you are. When I first started teaching for Shihan Bill, he would always kind of watch me for that first couple of months and give me his feedback at the end. And I'll never forget one lesson. He pulled me aside at the end and made sure everyone left first. And he said, "What were you doing in there?" And I was like, "Teaching karate?" And he's like, "No, you were trying to be me." Referencing that I was trying to teach like Shihan Bill. He's like, "Michael, I'm me, you're you, that's her. Be yourself." And it was an exploration that I was like, who am I? Well, a lot of that is already formed, thank goodness to your parents. The way they bring you up, the way you say please, the way you say thank you, the way you hold the door open for a stranger at the mall, or maybe it's the way that you give up your seat to an elderly person. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. If you were on a bus or in church and there's no place for them to sit. So it's that moral fiber that your parents have instilled in you. But just be yourself. And you might say, "Yeah, but there's 10 Bens in my class." There's only one that's you. And be you and find you. And something I think that it's important to remember is you never want to do anything that will jeopardize your soul. You kind of know what's down in here. And friends, I use that term loosely sometimes, might try to steer you in the wrong direction. Well, maybe it's the wrong group of friends. But you never want to do anything that jeopardizes that. And also, nothing that antagonizes your character. Your character is the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Anyone that tries to take away from you that is your character is not someone that you want to associate with. So, on your journey, maybe journaling would help, or talking to your family members, brothers and sisters. In life, be yourself. That's the beautiful thing about you. There's only one. Thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time.